Hey, I'm here with Noah, and today we're going to change Evan's truck tire. When you get a flat tire, you need to change the tire is to put your emergency brake on. And if you're in the road, you will also want to put your four-ways on.
Okay, so to get the tools in the jack, it's usually located underneath the seat or sometimes at the back, depending on what make and model you have. So let's get the tools. So here are the tools, and this is the jack. That's what we're going to be using. Alright, so the spare tire is underneath the bed of the truck, and so on Evan's truck the way it works is you take your key and it's supposed to open this piece up and create a little hole so that you can insert the tools and crank open or crank the tire. But it's a little seized up from the trip all the way from Ontario to here, so we won't be able to do that, but we'll still show you how it's supposed to work. So you have your tools here, and you just put them together, you connect them, and then you have this piece here with a hole. It goes on the end, and then you can use that to crank. So if this would be open, if we were to open this, it would go inside, and then you would crank that part to release the tire. That's how that would work.
Next, we're going to put the jack under the truck and get it jacked up. So what we're doing is we're just going to position the jack right underneath the frame rail here and get it snugged up. Alright, before we jack up the truck, we're going to want to crack the wheel nuts. So to do that, you got to take the wheel cover off. So you just take the pry bar end of the crank, stick it in here, and pull this off. Just like that, it's off.
Alright, so to crack the wheel nuts, we want to go lefty-loosey and then righty-tighty to tighten them again. Or if you're like me, you just play around with it till you figure it out. So we take this end, we put it right on, and then you just want to give it a little tug and get them loose. Don't take them completely off, but just to crack them. That's what we're going to be doing.
That was tight.
Alright, there we go. Now they're cracked.
Okay, so now we're just going to start cranking up the jack to jack up the truck. Nice, slow and steady rotations. And we're just going to do it until the tire comes off the ground. So yeah, as you can see, the tire is now off the ground and not making any contact. If you had a jack stand, now would be the time to put it under as a safety measure. It would go just under here.
Okay, so now since we've cracked the lug nuts, we can now take them off since the tire is off the ground. So that's what we're going to be doing. And it's always good to put them in a spot where you can see them, and so that they don't get lost, because that's the last thing you want, to lose your lug nuts. And there's our tire. Okay, since we had our spare tire come out from the bottom here, we're going to take it, we're going to get it up to the front. Okay, and then we're going to start putting our lug nuts back on. And the way we want to do this is we want to arrange it in a star pattern. So you start on one end, and then you go directly across. And the reason why we do this is so that the tire is tightened evenly across the whole way. So now we did one, we went across, we're going to go here. And then we're going to go straight across again. And that's the start pattern that we've been talking about. So now we did this one, this one. Now we're going to go here. And now we're going to go straight across again. Okay, and you want to make sure the tire is on all the way. Tighten these with your hands as good as you can. And then we're going to start tightening these. And then again, in the start pattern that we showed before. Now that we have them tightened a little bit, we're going to lower the jack, and then we're going to finish tightening them real good so that when the wheel's on the ground it won't move anymore.
Next, we're going to tighten them right up. Again, in the star pattern. Going one and one to the next. Now that they're snug, now would be the time to torque them. Unfortunately, we don't have a torque wrench, so I'll do it myself. Click. 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 Just like that. Lastly, we're going to put the wheel cover back on the rim, aligning the notch on the wheel cover with the notch on the rim. It's also important when you change a tire to check the tire pressure. It's good.
Alright, so we'd advise everyone to read their owner's manual, because all trucks and cars, they have different makes and models, and so there might be different ways of doing things. The spare tire might be in a little bit different locations, the tools might be in a little different location, there might be different ways of using them and different methods. So we'd encourage everyone to read their owner's manual to see exactly how to do that with their own specific car. Now that we're all done using these tools, we better put them away so we can use them next time. All done. Alright, now don't forget to let loose your parking brake so you can keep driving.
So Evan, that'll be $25.
All right, how about a beer?
Yeah, no.